So, in this video, I am going to pour concrete. This is not a how-to, this is a how-I. I am going to show you exactly how I decided to do all of this, and if you like it, you can copy what I've done. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so I finally decided that it is time to finish the rest of this driveway. This has been framed since I moved in, so I'm going to get the rest poured and learn how to do some concrete in the process. So right now what I'm doing is just digging up the grass to make it all even and flat and make sure there's no roots or anything to get in the way of the concrete. Where I started over here. So I got it all tilled, and now the next step for what I'm doing is I'm gonna start back here and make sure it's all level. What I'm gonna do is make it 6 inches deep and then probably do an inch or so of fill gravel and then have the concrete layer be 5 inches thick. So what I'm doing back here is getting rid of the roots all the way around, then using my tamper and tamping it down, and then just making everything level from there. So I went ahead and finished, got everything nice and level, tamped out. Next layer is to put in some rocks, and then we'll be good to pour some concrete. Prepped and ready to go with the concrete. Tools I'm going to be using are a set of Harbor Freight trowels and such, or no, floats, my bad, not the trowels. Got a crack tool and an inch tool with it, and just 2 other floats. Then we've got a huge float just for this bigger area because I'm not going to be able to reach in the middle. And then I bought some fence just so the dogs don't run on it right after I pour. Other than that, I've got 2 2x4 screwed together and then a 2x6 just for floating, or for moving the concrete, making it even all the way from here to there, so on. And I've got a fleet of wheelbarrows ready to go back and forth from the street. So we're gonna be pouring here in a couple hours. And I ended up opting out of getting the rebar in there, and same with the rocks. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a fiberglass mixed in with it, so that way it has strength and I don't have to do really any extra work. I'm hoping that'll be fine because there's never going to be a car parked in this weird little area, so it should be fine. So, unfortunately, the camera stopped recording as I was pouring it and finishing it, so I'm going to give you just a quick explanation of how I did everything. So after I finished pooling it with the long piece of 2x4 and all the concrete was in the form, all I did was float it with the big float. See, it leaned up against the Mustang there. And then after it was all flat, I took a broom and just worked it backwards. And that was able to give it the texture feeling to match the rest of the driveway. You can kind of see it there. And then after it was all brushed, I had my brother working on the corners or the edges. And how you do that is, if it starts to dry on you, just get the trowel, or not trowel, do it again. Get the float wet and just pull it slowly. Just work it. And after we finished the edges, we jumped into this, but it was a really hot day and it was drying quickly, so the edges or the cracks aren't super great. Now I measured that at 9 feet. There's probably an actual measurement, but I only wanted 2 in there, and my driveway has 0, and it's only cracked one time right down the middle. I didn't pour this, the previous owner did, but overall it turned out pretty good. Happy with it. Just want to make sure that when you're forming everything that it's pitched towards the outside so all the water drains off. Other than that, it's a pretty easy process. Easy. It took me about 2 hours to do with 4 guys. So I just finished pouring all the concrete, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. Some things I would do different is, as I'm still pulling all the concrete, I would have someone start finishing it. I had an issue where it was super hot out and it started to dry up real bad, so in retrospect, I would have had someone working on it while I was working on pulling concrete in the form. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with how everything went. Some things that saved my life: the giant 32-inch float. It's only like $30 at Home Depot. You might want to get one of those if you're going to try this. Another thing, on Amazon, there's a pair of concrete boots that go up to your mid-calf or so, and they cost about $30. They were super nice to have. I wasn't actually stepping in the concrete, but my feet were getting wet just by using the hose and all that stuff. I wish it would have recorded my whole process, but it happens sometimes. Other than that, I think that's pretty much the end of this video. So if you wouldn't mind, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know what you would have done differently. Flies out here. Catch you in the next one.